7 deadly marketing sins that you're making in your business that are killing your business and they're driving customers away. That's what we're going to talk about today. These are 7 very common but very simple things to fix in your marketing that is actually pushing people away from you rather than drawing them to you. I'm Brian Fleming, founder of Business Battle Plan, where we teach veteran-owned businesses how to talk about what they do from a position of value so their businesses will grow. So the first mistake a lot of business owners make is in their marketing messaging, they talk all about themselves. You know, it's a pretty big epiphany when you realize that people actually don't care about you or your business. They care about what you or your business can do for them, how you can solve their problem. That's what they're really buying. That's how you really get their attention. You know, early on in my speaking career as a professional speaker, after I got injured in the military, people told me, hey, go out and tell your story. And they were paying me, 2 or 3 months military salary to speak for 30 to 60 minutes. So I thought, hey, I'll just keep telling my story. What I didn't realize for the first 2 or 3 years is that people actually didn't care about my story. And not in the sense that they're not human and empathetic, but they cared more about the meeting planners who booked me and paid me to speak. They cared more about what my story could do for them and their audience than just hearing my story. And it's no different with your business. You are helping to address a problem they're dealing with, okay? And it's about them. You're just the solution to get their problem fixed. The second mistake a lot of small business owners make is they don't have a marketing message that is based on value. They say lots of cute things or clever things, but they don't actually talk about the value that they offer. Let's take two people, for example. And I use this example a lot because it's simple. Let's say you have 2 ladies who cut hair. They both own their own business. And people are asking them at a cocktail party, what do you do? And haircut lady number 1 says, I cut hair. Haircut lady number 2 says something like, well, you know how a lot of women aren't happy with how their hair looks? Well, I'm a cosmetologist, and I help women look and feel beautiful every day. Who's getting the business, right? Number 2, obviously. It was clear what the first person did, but it was clear and compelling about what the second person did because they addressed a problem that people are dealing with. All right, they had a very clear message about the problem their ideal customer is dealing with, and also they talked about the outcome that they helped them get, which, by the way, is the outcome that person wants, who wants their hair, their hair done or whatever. Okay, so have a very clear, value-driven message. The third mistake that a lot of small business owners make in their marketing is they say way too much. Have you ever been at like a cocktail party or a gathering or a business meeting and you ask somebody what they do and about 7 minutes and 23 seconds later, they're still talking and you just want to get out of there and you really don't even know what they do? Maybe beyond the fact that, oh, he's an accountant or she does this. You don't actually know. They just said way too much. Business owners who don't know any better, they do that. I used to do that because when I didn't know any better. And we do the same things on our websites with things like large blocks of text. And we think everyone's going to read all the blocks of text with the small font size. Nobody's reading that. Social media has trained us to scan headlines and subheadlines and bullet points. There's a way to say things that is better. But if you're saying too much, you're losing customers. You're saying too much, and you're not saying enough of the right things. It's sort of like I heard this story about Abe Lincoln, how he wrote a letter to one of his generals, and he said something like, I regret that I didn't have enough time to write you a shorter letter. Now that sounds kind of funny, but it's true. It's harder to write shorter. But when you understand how to do that, which is what I train and talk about and teach business owners to do, that's when you get really powerful. So quit saying so much. Say less, but say better stuff. The fourth mistake a lot of small business owners make is that their websites are not capturing leads and growing their business. There's no free offer like a lead generator or lead magnet, whatever you want to call it, that is collecting email addresses and getting people on their email list so they can provide value to them and build a relationship with them and ultimately sell them something. All right? I mean, the number one purpose of your website is to grow your business. And one of the best ways to do that is to make your number one goal to collect email addresses. Because when somebody drops onto your website, the chances of them coming back ever again are pretty much none, like 0, highly unlikely, unless you can capture their email address so you can nurture a relationship with them. The fifth mistake that a lot of small business owners make in their marketing is that they have no testimonials or they have bad testimonials. All right, I talk about this in my Testimonials That Sell program. If you just go to businessbattleplan.com/testimonials, you'll see a link down here in the description as well as here on the screen. I have a free 5-minute video that tells you how to get killer testimonials that grow your business and help word of mouth spread like wildfire. And in that program, what I talk about is there are 2 types of testimonials. There's 1, testimonials that suck, and 2, there are testimonials that sell. You want to have the ones that sell. Most small business owners have testimonials that suck. If somebody says, hey, so-and-so, John was great to work with, I highly recommend him, that testimonial sucks. And if you want to see what a real good testimonial sounds like that I would replace that with, go download the free 5-minute video at businessbattleplan.com/testimonials. Number 6, the 6th mistake that a lot of small business owners make is they're too general. I was talking with a friend the other day on a business coaching call we were both on. And, one of the things we were talking about was the fact that he's a wellness coach. And as I was trying to help him dig down into what exactly he does specifically, he said, he kept saying, I'm a wellness coach. I'm a wellness coach. I said, okay, but what does that mean? Like, what does wellness mean? And he said, well, I help him. He's a counselor, a trained therapist, as well as a coach. So he said, well, I help them with their mentality, their attitude, their confidence. I help them in their relationships. I help them get physically healthy. He got so general that I would never know to think of him with one particular problem. It's not that he isn't qualified. He's qualified on all of these. But the problem is he's not known for one very specific thing that when somebody has that problem, they think of him. If you are a small business owner, especially a veteran small business owner, I want you to think of me when you have struggles with your marketing. When you're trying to write your marketing messaging and you don't know what to say, I want you to think of Business Battle Plan. I want you to think of Brian Fleming, the marketing messaging guy for veteran-owned businesses. When it comes to, the overwhelming marketing and I don't know what to do, it feels overwhelming. I've been ripped off by big box marketing places before. We made promises and then they didn't deliver and I lost money. All I've had is bad marketing that doesn't work and I'm afraid to spend more money. If you're thinking that, my goal is to be the guy you think of, because I want to be the guy in the mind of veteran business owners, in particular, the marketing messaging guy. When you don't know how to do marketing or you don't know if it's done right, you come to me because I help you create marketing that works. All right. In particular, marketing messages, which is the foundation of all your marketing. It's, people buy or don't buy based on what you say or don't say, whether it's spoken words or written words, printed words, whatever. And so that's just one example, but he kept saying I do this or that, and I told him, I said, I could never write, as a copywriter, I could never write marketing for you unless we did marketing for every single one of these things that you do. The thing is this, if you are too general with what you do, you dilute your visibility. You become more transparent like a chameleon. You sort of blend into the rest of the marketplace because you want to be known, and get this, you want to be known for solving one very clear, specific problem. Your whole business, you want to be known for one specific problem you solve. And if you're not, you're losing business. The 7th and final mistake that a lot of small business owners make is that they use insider lingo, techie lingo that only within an industry like you and your people who have been trained in this stuff, they know, but your customers don't know. And here's a good example. If you're in the Army, you're about to know exactly what I'm going to say. If you were not in the Army, in particular, or if you're a civilian who was never in the military, you're not going to have a clue what I'm about to say. So here's an example. This is what a lot of small business owners do with their marketing messaging. Hey, LT, I'm going to go down to the CP and talk to the CO about the 24/4s for the PVS-7s at 1300. If you were in the Army in particular, you know what I just said, and it was no problem. If you were not in the Army, I'm speaking Chinese. I have a bullhorn, and I'm speaking Chinese, shouting at a group of English-speaking Americans, and it doesn't matter how loud I shout it, you have no idea what I'm talking about, so you're going somewhere else. That's what a lot of business owners do. What did I just say? I just said, hey, Lieutenant, I'm going down to the command post to talk to the commanding officer about the repair slip for the PVS-7 night vision goggles at 1 o'clock p.m. That's what I just said. But if you were not in the Army, you don't know any better. All right, don't use that kind of insider lingo. Anyone outside the Army in the civilian world, they don't know what I just said. Well, a lot of you are doing that in your marketing. And you have to stop doing that. And a lot of people don't realize they're doing it because they're so close to their own thing. But look, these are 7 extremely deadly marketing mistakes where your customers, your potential customers, are getting confused. And confused people don't buy. They'll go somewhere else to someone who's not as good as you, and they'll give them their money because they understand them better. Okay? So look, if you want to learn how to grow your business, just, keep looking for these emails. I'm sending you a bunch of free value. I'm not selling you anything here. And if you want to learn how to get absolutely killer testimonials very, very easily that will grow your business and help spread word of mouth like wildfire, just go to businessbattleplan.com/testimonials. I give you a 5-minute video with 7 very simple questions you can ask any customer that will, when you put those answers together, it will create a very powerful, short, succinct testimonial that will grow your business because it will attract other like-minded customers to your business and help it grow. So just go to businessbattleplan.com/testimonials to grow your business today.